Today, we're going to experience the QANTAS A321 XLR. G'day, I'm Jason, and welcome back to I'll Be Flying. They're a new domestically configured narrow-body aircraft set to replace the aging 737 fleet over the coming years. The first few have been delivered to Qantas here in Australia, so today we're going to experience it in business class, so you can see what the future for domestic travel and some short-haul international travel is like with Qantas. Come with me as we experience it together. Let's fly. Well, here at Brisbane, the domestic terminal and the international terminal are separated, and the domestic is separated further again into Qantas at one end and generally Virgin at the other. So you have bag drops and online self-check-in. Security screening is across to the left, and the lounge is also this way. So regardless of if we're going to the business class lounge, which we do have access to today due to our business class fare, or if you're heading without lounge access, you're heading this way. Lounge access, you'll continue straight ahead into the premium lounge entry, and otherwise you'll head slightly to the right here and through security. Now, of course, I can't record in security, so we'll head on into the lounge. A premium lounge entry here in Brisbane also includes security prior to the lounge entrance, so you can avoid the security in the main departures and head straight through here. Scan your boarding pass, even drop your bags in here, and we'll head on up into the lounge. Through security, that means we can head straight on up into the lounge. Great benefit of flying out of Brisbane is that you can avoid the general security screening and head on straight through the business lounge security screening. Morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day. The Qantas Business Lounge in Brisbane has two distinct areas. When you enter, turn to the right. There's a casual seating and then dining area and views of the apron. Looking back from the apron, we can see a variety of casual seating area and then the bar against the back corner. Range of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks available, some healthy snacks here on tap. And note that the bar opens at midday. Yep, no problem, we can wait for that. And then wine also available. Pastries available here, some healthy snacks, and maybe even a barista-made coffee. Aha, the unhealthy snack section. They also often serve pizzas or pastries of some sort out here in this end, so keep an eye out for that. This Quench station essentially has a couple of non-alcoholic refreshing drink varieties. As this is a late morning flight, we have banana bread and a selection of other breads available, able to be toasted here, and then other breakfast implements. Scrambled eggs, last few sausages, and some baked beans. Very kindly, there's gluten-free bread available, as well as some fresh fruit and a yogurt selection. As you would expect, ham, cheese, and tomato ready to make the infamous Qantas toasty. I appreciate a fully set table. We love that. Nice touch. Heading back down to the other end, this is the entrance here across to the left. So if you came in here and turned left, you'd find that this is very much the quieter end of the Brisbane Business Lounge. More casual seating. And there is another bar at the end of here, but if you've got business meetings or calls you need to make, or you just want a bit of peace and quiet, this end here is certainly the end that I would recommend. So yeah, come in, turn left. That's the tip. There are no views of the apron. You do get to see the staff car park and a terminal transfer bus. Bathrooms and showers are also down to the left side. Jump in a shower suite and show you. So, hi, nice shirt. So shower suites, they're of a good size here at the Brisbane Domestic Business Lounge. Full length mirror, lotions and potions as we've come accustomed to the Grow and Alchemist alignment now with Qantas, particularly in the business and first. So we've got hand cream and hand wash, paper towels, tissues below, and then a towel and a bath mat across here on the left-hand side. Spot to plug in your shave or anything else you might need. Toilet to the right, and then beyond that is a frameless shower. Coat hooks up to the right, and in the frameless shower, we have a rainhead shower, and again, the Grow and Alchemist collection, body cleanser, shampoo and conditioner. So yeah, weary travelers wanting a spot to refresh either before or after a business flight. If you're Platinum or above, you can jump in here post-flight. If not, just a great place to relax and maybe to freshen up before you go on a flight if you're heading out of Brisbane on business. So yeah, that is shower suite. And there are 4 shower suites here in the Brisbane Domestic Business Lounge. One thing I will say, certainly quieter in here than Qantas Club Lounge. Depending on the time of day and day of the week, it can get busy, particularly in the late afternoon, but it's still a little bit quieter than it might be in the Qantas Club. All right, I'm gonna grab a coffee and then we'll have a chat about this flight. One of these days I'll have a drink that's more interesting than a black coffee or a sparkling water, but today's not gonna be that day. Cheers. As for the reason why we're taking this flight today, the Qantas Fleet Renewal Program has ordered 48 new Airbus A321 XLR aircraft. They're essentially replacing the aging 737 fleet in most cases, and in some cases even replacing some wide-body A330s on particular routes. So let's talk about a couple of the reasons why Qantas have chosen this airframe. First one is that the capacity is longer, capacity is greater, I should say. The aircraft itself is 5 meters longer, but the capacity is significantly increased. The new A321 XLRs will have 177 economy seats and 20 business class seats, 3 lavatories in economy and 1 in business. So it's a larger aircraft, it can carry more passengers. One of the reasons why Qantas have selected the A321 XLR for these routes is that the 737s had 12 business class seats, the A321s have 20 business class seats in a 2-2 configuration. So 5 rows, 2 seats each side of aisle, 4 per row. What this means is that due to the high demand of business class on particularly the Golden Triangle, so Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, so there's a 66% increase in capacity on business class seats within those flights. The other benefit is that they can load baggage and freight more efficiently. And you would have seen when you're flying, there's a little conveyor and they load the bags manually into the belly of the 737 existing aircraft. They'll now be loaded into those cargo boxes to keep things simple, and they're just got put straight onto the aircraft. So it saves time, saves damaging bags, and more importantly, it has a greater payload capacity, so it can actually take more bags. So greater business, more economy, and greater payload for freight. Those are 3 really important reasons. But what we haven't spoken about so far is the XLR component. These A321 XLRs will not only traverse the continent, so east-west, heading out to Perth, but they're also starting to head to New Zealand. They'll head to other destinations where the 737 just simply doesn't have the range, including Hong Kong, Tokyo, Phuket, and actually I believe they've announced Manila will already start in October of 2026. The important difference with some of the longer haul configurations is that there'll be lay flat seats in business, and as we'll see today, 20 business class seats, 177 economy. The A321 XLR certainly has greater payload. With that all said, let's go and experience business class in the A321 XLR together once I finish my coffee. Thank you. All right, aircraft is boarding. Let's head to gate 23. While we're out here in the terminal, just outside of the lounge precinct, there is a small food court, a half a dozen different food items there. I think there's a Brookies cookie here somewhere. I don't know, everybody seems to love Brookies cookies. Not sure if I do. Love how people, why do people have to queue across the active walkway? A little line around that side, guys. That could work. All right, maybe no Brookie cookie, but one of the best coffees in Brisbane, a Bellissimo coffee. Speaking of seeing what we can find, regular viewers might recognize this Airbus A330. We flew on business from Sydney to Brisbane just a couple of weeks back. So if you haven't seen that video, go and have a look. This one here we've already done. What should we do next? What other business class product should we do next? If you've got one that you want me to do, throw in the comments. I'll be keen to hear from you. I know it's a way off in the distance, but that is our incoming aircraft. There she is, Victor Hotel Oscar Bravo Golf. That's the second A321 XLR actually ever delivered to Qantas, manufactured in July of 2025. Only the second delivered to Qantas of the A321 XLRs, second of 48. Welcome to Brisbane. Oh, I can show you more of the terminal. So there's a little convenience store here too. You can buy an airport inspirational book. Isn't that the done thing? Thank you. Afternoon, how are you? Yeah, good. How are you? Thank you. And let's have a look at the seat space here. So on the back of the seat in front, we have a USB-C and a USB-A, and the USB-C appears to be rated at 60 watts. There's an ambient light and a tablet or phone holder here. Lift this and it's spring-loaded, so it will hold your phone in place. Beneath that is a literature pocket, Qantas magazine, safety card, and below that a deployable footrest. There's a coat hook. Overhead, flight attendant call button, individual lights and airvents. To the right of the seat, there's an extendable cocktail table. Slides forward, so there's extra space for drinks and nuts. Buttons for the footrest and backrest. There is also bottle storage underneath the armrest, which goes to prove these aircraft are never as well cleaned as we would like. And underneath that, 2 more USB outlets, one USB-C, 60 watts, and a USB-A. And next to that is the wireless phone charger. The tray table deploys out of the left armrest, and this being seat 5 Alpha, got 2 windows here. The headrest is 6-way adjustable, up and down, and each of the wings fold in also. Nice and comfy, a little taller, so I just slide it up, be a little shorter, just pull it down. Nice and comfy. These seats, I should mention, they're wider than the economy seats, classic, very similar in size to the previous 737 business seats. They're leather wrapped in this different burgundy or mahogany color, which I think is it's a nice touch, easily identifiable. The overhead bin space on these A321s is also 60% larger than previous iterations. You can see the little graphic there. You can actually tip your bag up on its end and fit more bags in the overhead bins. Final doors closed. Let's go.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Fasten seatbelt sign is off and lunch is about to be served, but I thought I'd show you what this device holder looks like in use. As mentioned, this top piece is spring loaded. Put your device in any of these grooves here and it'll hold it in place. So there's no seat back in-flight entertainment, but this is a half decent alternative. And I'll pull the tray table out because in the tray table there's also a device holder. How many devices does one need? Tray table comes out of here. Easier probably to do with 2 hands than one, but it unfolds to a full width and rests upon the cocktail table in the center, which is good. Means that we've got very sturdy surface here. There's a little flap that folds up at the front here. You can see how that would sit. So yeah, quite innovative use of device holders in 2 cases here. Nice work, Qantas. The lunch is served. So we have gluten-free as requested. Have kindly given me an unhealthy snack. Some soy vegan milk substitute, pepper say butter, if you know you know, Meadow dairy-free, spread, a nicely warmed gluten-free bun of fish with a tomato type sauce and some greens. Sparkling water, of course. As always, the cutlery is ice cold, but it's nice to have real cutlery, it's nice to have real crockery and a cloth napkin. Let's dig in and I'll give you the review after. So that was a good lunch. Fish in like a Napoli romesco sort of Italian tomato-based sauce. Greens, artichoke. I actually really enjoy artichoke. Forgot how much I enjoyed that. That was good. Bread was okay. Banana was good. Mr. Dessert, remember the A330 that we flew on a couple of weeks back? There was a nice little dessert or a little cake. Unfortunately, no cake today, so no cake for me. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, good lunch. Sorry, we'll clear this away. I've got one more thing to show you, and then we'll do the I'll be flying score. What do you reckon it'll be? Place your bets. So remember the device holder that I showed you when the tray table's folded? It can flip up this way. It can also flip down. So if you can push the bottom of it, it can now come up this way, and you could put your device there. So, multi-use. I like that. Well, we've just started our descent into Sydney, so there's no better time than right now. So let's do the I'll be flying score. So, seat and space, a 3 out of 5. This seat is a step up from the 737 previous business class product. There's certainly some shortcomings, but there's certainly some welcome additions. Wireless phone charging, good in-flight Wi-Fi, 2 device holders, USB A and C, both in the seat in front and underneath the armrest, bottle holder, extendable tray table, extendable device holder from the tray table, footrest, leg rest, reclining, 6-way adjustment, headrest. All of this lends itself to a solid score, 3 out of 5 for seat and space. Food and drinks, 2 out of 5. I would love to have a little sweet of some sort to finish off our meal. But yeah, gluten-free meal, acceptable. Very good. I'm pleased with that. So 2 out of 5 for food and drink. Entertainment and tech is a 2 out of 5. The in-flight Wi-Fi, the wireless charging I've already mentioned, that's all good. But what if I didn't bring my device with me? What if I didn't charge it? What if I didn't download something because the streaming speed on this Wi-Fi is not enough to stream video? So no in-flight entertainment screen in the back of the seat in front or in the armrest. No in-flight entertainment at all apart from bring your own device. Yeah, that's a miss. Service and touch points, good quality, Qantas service. It's not wonderful, it's not terrible. It's acceptable. It's okay. It's a 2 out of 5. Value for money is also a 2 out of 5. It's no better, it's no worse value than the previous business product. But I mean, the soft product is a little nicer, the hard product is a little nicer. Yeah, it doesn't get more than a 2 out of 5. So we wrap all of that up into an I'll be flying score of 2.2 out of 5 for the new business class product here in the Qantas A321 XLR. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. I'll be keen to hear from you. Where should I go next? What product should I try? Until next time, catch me when I'll be flying somewhere. Bye.